Welcome back, everybody, to GCC's podcast number 6. We have not yet figured out a name, but that's okay. We're just going to call it podcast number 6. And thank you so much for joining us today. I'm your host, Titi, and we have a guest today. Her name is Yahaira Shornock, and I've known her all her life.
Yes, that's true.
For quite some time.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit what you do here at GCC.
Yeah. So my name's Yahaira Shornock. I've basically grown up in the church since a little baby.
Yes.
Currently, I am working within the children's ministry, so I help with Sunday school, with any other events that we're doing with the kids, which is fun. I really enjoy that.
Me too.
Yeah, the kiddos. And then on the worship team occasionally as backup. So I'll help with that and just really anything our church needs help with. I'm really honestly willing to help. So yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Today's topic for podcast number 6 is about young marriage.
Yes.
Faith, love, and growing together.
Yeah.
And we couldn't have figured out a better person to talk about this. Cyrus, so sorry that you're missing today.
Yeah,
but,
he couldn't make it.
Yeah, you are missed, and maybe we'll do a part 2.
Yeah.
Keep it on your calendar, though. And we're just going to talk a little bit about you dating and eventually marrying your husband Cyrus.
Yeah.
And all that lovely girl talk.
Yeah. Can't wait. Okay.
Well, let's get into it.
Okay.
How long did you and Cyrus date before getting married?
So we dated, I want to say it was like a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
We had been going to the same church. I don't even know how long, 5-10 years maybe. I don't know. But we just never made contact, unfortunately. So, but yes, it was about 2 years, I want to say, dating. And then we were engaged 3 months or something. We did not wait too long for marriage. We were ready to spend the rest of our lives together. Yeah. There were some people that were a little bit hesitant or asking because we were both in our early 20s. So, asking why we're rushing and all this, but we just couldn't wait. So we wanted to do it, get it over with. So.
There is no shame in that. There's no wrong in it either. I know a few people that have done the exact same thing, and they're going in like at least a decade now, and hey,
there you go. Yeah,
that's all right. It's all right. Is there anything you wish you had done differently during your dating season?
I mean, not really. I think we managed to spend a lot of time together and get to know each other pretty well. Although it was during COVID, so there were some days where it was difficult, but we made it work. So I don't know. I think it worked out pretty well. We got to know each other pretty fast, pretty well, our families as well. So yeah, I don't think I regret, or there's not anything else I could really think of.
How did you receive confirmation from God that this was the right person for you?
Yes. So for me personally, it was pretty clear through prayer. I spent several years praying for specific qualities in my husband, and that's exactly what God provided. So it was so clear to me. It was like, honestly, it was the best, because it was like qualities and him just being funny, or him just being, I was pretty specific in my prayers. Yes. So what amazed me is that he fit all those qualities. So it was a blessing. It was pretty clear to see. And I've noticed that even in my past with previous relationships, that wasn't always the case, where maybe they fit certain qualities, or,
But it wasn't like 10 out of 10.
Yes. Yeah. Or I was always trying to maybe make them fit that role, or just remove a quality that I'm like, all right, that maybe I don't need that, or so.
Kind of dismiss it, or like
Yeah.
overlay,
Yeah.
look past it.
Yeah. But that wasn't the case. So to me, it was a clear message from God, confirmation from God. Yeah.
How do you resolve your marriage conflicts from a biblical perspective? You've had some issues.
We're not perfect. I will say we have. I would say just being respectful of one another, never like raising our voices towards one another, just being attentive of what the other one is saying, and just communicating. I think that's like the biggest thing. And then just putting God first, God within whatever we're trying to solve or resolve. Putting him at the middle, at the center of it.
Have you learned each other's like communication styles? Or like, forms of communication, like how well you guys communicate?
Yeah, I think sometimes I may be more outspoken when it comes to things. So maybe I have to figure him out a little bit more when it comes to that, because he's not as, clear with certain things. But that's okay. We still communicate fairly well. So
good.
Yeah. And it's still a learning process. So.
Of course. it's a continuous thing.
Yeah.
I see it in all relationships, like even like seasoned marriages, that's still like a continuous thing that they're constantly learning from each other. Just when you think it's like,
that's true. Just when you think you know someone, still learning.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I think that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
And you've enjoyed that aspect of like not enjoying, getting to know Cyrus in that way, how he communicates.
Yeah, and I've definitely learned a lot from him, and I'm sure he's also just learned a lot from me too. So yeah, definitely, I would say.
Yeah. Is there a Bible verse that's been meaningful to you? If you have it memorized, cool. If you don't, please.
I don't, but I was just gonna read Ephesians 4.
Okay.
2-3.
Yeah.
It says, "Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace." So, I feel like that's kind of what we just touched on a little bit, and just being patient with one another, being leaning on one another, and just relying on this verse really, and just to help us flourish within our relationship or marriage. So, yeah.
How do you balance hobbies in your marriage?
Man, we don't have a lot of hobbies, if I'm being honest. We're homebodies, so we like to be home, but we like to spend a lot of quality time together.
Okay. Well, that's
I guess,
my next question was, what activities do you love doing together? Being home together.
Yeah, we love being home together. We'll go on walks, we'll go on hikes, so we'll do some like outdoorsy things. I will say sometimes I feel like Cyrus is more willing to do the things I want to do, or the things I'm more interested in, versus me do the things he wants to do, which is something I'm working on. I know he wants me to join him on some of these hobbies, so it's something I'm working on. But yeah, we also go, do our own thing. It's not always necessarily together, and that's fine too. So
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm part of those activities that we do together.
Yeah.
Aside from her.
Yeah.
When's the next girls trip though?
Yeah, we're gonna figure that out.
For young couples who are starting to think about engagement, even before engagement, like in their dating phase, as there's in that moment, in that season in their lives when they are thinking about the future, what is the best advice you have for them?
A couple things. I would maybe say, strengthen your relationship with Christ to begin with, you personally. And then when you do meet that individual, I would just say, talk about everything. Be honest about a lot of things, maybe obviously beliefs, what you both aspire to be, maybe in a career or whatever. Talk about income, talk about how you plan to live together and start this life together. So talk about anything. Talk about kids, family. I think that's really important,
Very.
Especially going into a marriage with someone. So just open communication, just literally laying everything out and hearing each other out. I think that's vital.
Is marriage easy being at a young age?
No, definitely not. We're still young adults. We're still trying to figure things out in life. So no. I think one of the hardest times was probably the first few months or the year into our marriage. You're learning a lot. And you're brought into all kinds of scenarios or situations or that you have to resolve, that you have to learn to, you have to figure it out. So it's not easy. And I'm sure it doesn't get easy. So yeah.
But it gets better.
It does get better. Yeah.
I have I've seen several marriages well seasoned in their life together, and it seems like they got it all figured out. Obviously they don't, but they're in it together, and that's what matters. And I see that with you and Cyrus too.
No, some people say we're like two peas in a pod. Like we're literally, they have been so compatible since like day one, which I love. I don't know, having like your best friend and for the rest of your life. I love it.
I love that for you. Especially thinking about how you how it started. Because
what?
Because he thought that you liked him, and you're like, no.
I was just so. To be fair.
Okay. To be fair.
So we had been attending the same church for years.
Yeah.
I invited him to a youth event. He felt that I was making a move. I was not. I was just.
You were being a youth leader.
Exactly.
You were just inviting kids.
There you go. So, but yeah, I mean, it worked out perfectly fine.
Right.
So,
right. If it wasn't for that misunderstanding.
That was God. So.
What has been the greatest joy or blessing you found in marrying young?
Ooh, good question. I don't know. The greatest joy would just be, I don't know, getting to have more time with the person God has, set for me as a husband. We were both in our early 20s when we got married, and although we may not have been fully prepared, we've grown together, so it's been nice to go through that with your best friend.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just been great.
Well, I appreciate you coming out today, talking about you and your marriage with Cyrus and how it started and how it's going and what you're expecting in the future.
Yeah.
You talked about that a little bit, and it's beautiful to hear. It's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful love story. And I appreciate you giving the advice that you gave for our young couples out there that are thinking about taking their relationship to the next level. It's very vital and important to have Christ in the middle of your relationship, starting from the dating phase and carrying him into your engagement and having him lead you guys both into your marriage for the rest of your marriage until it's time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And thank you for saying that. We don't live in that kind of society right now, and it's important to come back to our roots and come back to what's important and what's right. And so, yes, thank you.
Yeah, no, I agree. And thank you so much for having me. This was fun. We'll do it again.
Yes, with Cyrus next time.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll get him on board.
Yes. And so he can talk a little bit of what he does too.
Yes, of his side. That's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's always two sides of the story.
You're right. You are right.
We heard your side. Now we want his.
Okay.
Stay tuned for part 2. Set the record straight.
Yeah. Please.
Have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.